Today on Can Haz Armory, how to check all your gear before you go to tournaments so you have less problems at control. So you're going to go to a tournament, be a NAC or a regional or even a local, and you want to make sure your gear is working. Even if you're not going through control, like a NAC or regional, if you're just doing the local event, you want to make sure your gear is working before you go to a tournament. So we're going to go over this. I have done this in separate little videos, test the LeMay, test the cords. This is all at once here. So I'm going to go through my gear, all my Sabre gear. I have a foil to go with it. And my body cords, and I'll show how you would check everything and what to look for to make sure all your gear passes before you go to an event so you can fence and not worry about your gear. Okay, so here we are, and if you remember a while back I made this rig that you can use an ohm meter to test your gear on. Let's give it a real quick test, make sure it works. You can turn the meter on down to 1x, that's the ohmage we're looking for. We're going to clip these two together, make sure it works. We have continuity, and there's our needle. Now this mark here is my 5 ohm mark for testing LeMays and whatnot. This resistance is high because the battery is dying. I'm not worried about it right now because this is for demo purposes. If I can use that at control and event, I would definitely be replacing the battery. So there's that over there. Let's do the LeMay first. Now keep in mind, even if you're not doing an event with full weapons control, it's a good idea to make sure your gear works. Definitely do this if you're going to a NAC or a regional. So there's my LeMay. I'm going to put one of the clips on the bottom half of the LeMay. Okay. And I probably just, as we're running, this tape is covering the other leads so the accident is short. There's that, it's on there. I'm going to take the other one and make sure it touches the round end continuity, and I'm going to check it. I'm pulling along so the round ends going across, and I can see I've got good continuity. I'm checking the collar, that's good. For the back side, I would flip it over. I'm not going to do it here because I'll pull the lead. For the back side, I'm really worried about the collar because all the sweat and the tabs. Now the thing about the tabs here is over time, you're bending things back and forth, this connection here, right where the seat, right where it's just sewn down, can break, which is why I never test by doing this. Because I'm pushing, even though I got continuity, I'm actually pushing this conductor surface against that conductor surface, and I'm making a bridge, and it's showing. Which is why I always will lift the tab up and then test the tab in isolation, and that's good. Especially if somebody leaves their clips on, it's all rusty. I had one at Nationals, big rust spot, dead, right on the rust spot. So don't leave your cables on, and that's why I check this out. By the way, why are the 3 on this LeMay? Because if one dies and cut it off, use the other 2. So that passes. Oh, one more thing. Also, especially on Sabre LeMays. You might want to check the armpits and the collar, but on both LeMays, but on Sabre LeMays, you definitely want to check the weapon sleeve, right where the cuff's going to be, because, again, it's in isolation here. That's where dead split's likely to be, where the cuff is. This one is starting to go. The backside is still good, and I don't compete anymore, so I'm not worried about that. But if I was competing, I'd worry about this part. Okay, that's LeMay's done. Look at the mask. Now for the mask, if you don't have a punch, that's fine. You're gonna hold it up. Look for the inside against the light to look for any wires out of place. Definitely if you have a relatively newer mask, check right here. This is the center seam in the front around the forehead area. We've been seeing splits where this part has failed. It's actually a manufacturing defect. And you're not gonna, I couldn't feel one when I was checking one out earlier at Nationals. You can't see from the outside, you look from the inside, look for the split, lift the forehead pad and look. Make sure the tongue's in good shape, it's not flopping around, the rivet's there, the strap is in good shape, it holds, the Velcro's gonna hold, and same thing for the saber mask. Clip to the frame. On a foil mask, clip to the bib or the tab, and check it. Same thing. Blah blah blah. That's good. That would pass. Then the glove. The glove, I'm going to be looking for rips, tears, holes, things like this thumb flap coming loose. You can glue that down, sew it down, sew any holes shut. In the case of a saber glove, make sure that the FIE shield, the tag is there, the shield is legible, so don't write your name on top of this part, and make sure it's not faded to the point where you can't read it, because if you can't read it, we can't verify it's FIE. Even if we know it's FIE, we ain't passing it. Same thing for the glove, doing your LeMay checks, exact same way. Check the inside of the cuff, okay? Especially if you have this similar, if you have an ultralight cuff and a copper or steel LeMay, you may kill that. Also make sure the Velcro is good. If the Velcro doesn't hold, we ain't gonna pass it. And now body cords. So let's look at my cords. And these are actually very easy. Okay, so let's do A-line. Clip that to the A-line there. This one clip to the A-line on the body cord, which is the narrow one closest to the center. And boom, it's there. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. No fluctuations, that's good. Go to the B line, which on the foil cord is the two-pin cord is the narrower pin. And same thing. Go to the C pin, which is the larger one, and the one farthest away on here. That cord is good. If you do a bayonet cord, same idea, but that's the bayonet cord. If you do a bayonet cord, clip on the B line here, and then we're going to clip on the bayonet. Well, the bayonet, the center post here, right? That's the B line. Now you notice it has an insulator right here. I'm going to clip on that side of the insulator, like so. And you see it on here. Wiggle, wiggle, fine. Okay, go to C. Now C is harder to find. The actual C screw is the one right here. Okay, that's actually C. That's where the wire connects. It's hard to clip this to it, so because the spring is pushing this plate up against here, the plate is a good connection for C. There you go, there's C. If it'll stay on. And there you go. And we do see bayonets on a relatively frequent basis. I saw quite a few at Nationals. That's why I have a bayonet receiver on my test box. For mask cords, it's really simple. Clip to clip. Clip to clip. That's the easiest one of the bunch. Now, one thing you have to watch for on body cords, with foil and epee, are wire swaps. This body cord is an alternate with a big old flag on it. This has a BC swap, meaning what should be in this position is in this position. So these two wires have been swapped out. On foil, you usually have a BC swap. On epee, you're probably going to have an AC swap. So the outside ones will swap. This is especially prevalent in a wire that does not have a stripe down the side, which indicates the C line. This wire, if a Vero wire has a black stripe, that would normally go to the outside. In this case, it's swapped. So how do you take the swap? Okay, so B here, and ideally I should be getting a response. In reality, I don't. Now it could be a broken wire, right? Completely broken, that wouldn't show unless you're wiggling it, but if I go to C line, oh look. Let's verify that. Let's put this on C line. Again, nothing, right? Put this on B, and there we go. So that to me means we have two lines swapped, it's an easy fix. You go to, on a foil cord, the 3-pin end, on an epi cord, one of the 3-pin ends, do not do both. Open the casing up and simply take these 2 pins, do not take the wires out, and swap positions. And that'll fix the problem. You're not switching the wires around, you're switching the pins around. It's a lot easier that way. And that will fix the problem. Of course, we're going to retest it. And now let's go ahead and look at weapons. Even though we don't test weapons in control, you still should check and make sure they're at least going to function. Okay, so we have our meter out when we use to test the body cords and everything else. Now we're going to test the weapons. Let me get a foil first, right here. So what we're going to do is take one end. The line has the 4mm pin, put it in here. Okay. The other side has the 3mm pin. This one here going to go in the 3mm receiver. And then we should get the light going on when I do that. And in fact we do. Now these cables are long enough for me to make sure I can reach up with the weapon, put the weight on it. Oops. I reach up, weight's on it, light, weight is down, light goes out, let go, back on. Okay, that passes. So for foil, let's look at épée now. Okay, the cables are untangled. Let's put the épée on. Now we're doing both 4mm pins. I'm going to go in the A line and the B line, leave the C alone. So here's the 4mm pin for this side. That's in. The other one, 4mm pin, goes in. And because it is épée, there's no light yet. Weight together. And you can't see because it's off camera, but here goes my weight going on. Light fires, let go of the weight, turns off. And I do have my, oops, there it is. Tangled up, there it goes. I do have my fan gauge. So it does pass the 1.5mm, put the 0.45 in, press down, turn, press down, turn, press down. It works, it passes, works again, yes. So this weapon's tested. The only thing it can't do is check for grounding. This rig will not do that. This is a very quick and dirty test. If you want to get a check for grounding, you need a different kind of box. But just for quick things, does my weapon fire? Yes, it does. And there's our test. And this is how you use that box to test your weapons for a tournament. And also, this is how you use this box to test your gear before a tournament, weapons and cords. Happy armoring!